What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And today we're going to be building a turret tower using floating turrets. Let's get started. We're going to be building a six-sided floating turret tower design today, and we're going to start out with placing the generator, put the element in it, turn it on, and set it to max range. Then we are going to try and get the triangle foundations as centered on the generator as possible. Like that. And then we're going to place our vault on top of it. If you stand on top of the vaults themselves and you're on unofficial, you actually be able to mesh vaults within each other, which is ideal to do because then they have to take out multiple vaults just to get to your generator. After we do that, we're going to go all the way around. Not like that. There we go. We're going to go all the way around. We're going to go 3 high. After that, we're going to go out all the way around 2 times. What we're going to have is something that looks like this. Then we're going to place our large balls again, 3 high all the way around. And this is what we're going to be left with. Then on the bottom, we're going to start out 1 ceiling high, and we are going to go all the way around. We're going to do that all the way up. Alrighty, if you did it right, it's going to look like this all the way up on the outside. Now for the inside, we're just going to go ahead and straight up just put down the regular hatch frames themselves. We're going to go down every single one. And when you get done, it's going to look just like this. Next, to start putting our hatch frames on the outside itself. I'm going to place them on the 2 outsides, and then the next row down itself, we're going to place it on the middles and the corners. We're going to keep that all the way down. When you get complete, this is what you should be left with. Now to fill in all of the hatch frames with trapdoors. After you think that you placed all of your trapdoors, you want to go back through and just do a quick check to make sure that you do have them in all of the hatch frames, because it is very, very frustrating to have to pull out the hatch frames again while you're in the middle of placing your turrets. Next step is going to be placing turrets. We're going to start with tech turrets across the top. One of the things you want to pay attention to when you're placing these is, you notice how it glitches down into the hatch frame itself. You want to make sure that it's up above. That way you know that it's clipped onto the trapdoor itself. When all the tech turrets are placed, we're going to start placing the heavy turrets. we are going to continue that all the way from the top down to the bottom on the outside edge. When you're finished replacing your turrets, this is what it should look like. All the turrets should be spaced out enough to where a rocket's not going to do a lot of damage to all the different ones around it. They're going to have to take out each turret individually for the most part. And now it's time to take out the hatch frames with ceilings of some sort, whether it be thatch, wood, it doesn't really matter. I just like to use thatch because it's the cheapest one out there. After you're done replacing all of the hatch frames with a ceiling of some sort, usually thatch, it's a good idea to go back through and double check to make sure that you didn't miss any, because this is the most important step. If you don't do that, and when you start demoing support structures and points like that, you end up demoing the turret. Whereas if you take out the hatch frame with the ceiling, the trapdoor stays in place and the turrets themselves are placed on the trapdoor. So this looks good. Let's go ahead and take out the support structures themselves. You'll just take out the walls all the way around. Now we have the floating turrets. Next up is to start placing the ones on the inside. I like to place these as being nothing but heavies. Now it is a bit easier if you place them like this. I know it doesn't look that great because they're going to be facing on the inside, but it's a lot easier to place them while flying like this or with the tech suit than it is to try and push your back up against that wall and not get stuck on the turrets. When you get all your ceilings placed, we're going to do the same thing we did with the outside and replace all the hatch frames themselves with ceilings. Just like with the outside part of the turret tower, you want to double check to make sure all of your hatch frames have been replaced with ceilings. And we're going to go all the way around and demo. This is pretty much what it should look like, and then we still need to place some ground turrets around the bottom. Doesn't need to be perfect. I would just spam pretty much as many as you can to get it all the way around. After you're done placing all your turrets, we're going to set it to high, turn it on, then copy the settings to all turrets in range, and this is what you're going to be left with. Could you imagine trying to raid this? You know what? You can take out all these foundations, and as long as that generator's still present, powered up and everything, all these turrets are going to be powered.